Oh yes, the all-road bike is invincible! Have you met my friend Simon? He's a big fan of livestock. Team all-road! Team all-road!
I'm getting to the point where I might stop hanging around on this street corner and go and get my cup of tea.
Oh, this isn't a social ride, this is a race! Onwards and pubwards, I suppose we should say. A question we're often asked by people looking to buy a new bike is whether they should buy an all-road bike or a gravel bike.
An all-road bike being a fast, versatile road bike, but that's got wider tyres, perhaps a broader range of gearing, maybe a more relaxed position and more stable handling so that you can venture away from tarmac.
A gravel bike is a drop bar bike with wider tyres, a broader range of gears, perhaps a more relaxed riding position, stable handling, designed not only to be ridden on the road, but you can venture away from the tarmac as well.
Hang on a minute. Yes, the fact is that an all-road bike and a gravel bike can be very similar beasts. And to illustrate this point perfectly, Alex and I have here two new Wilier Raves, an all-road model and a gravel model, both of which use exactly the same frame set.
The difference between these two bikes in principle is in the tyres, the gearing and the riding position, which differs from Wilier using a different handlebar and stem.
The question is though, what then is the difference between an all-road bike and a gravel bike? What does a gravel bike do differently to an all-road bike, if anything?
To find out, we're going to have a good old-fashioned race from here all the way over to there.
To where, mate?
Just the other side of the hill, through the mist. Yeah.
That way?
Yeah, that way.
Okay. We will start from the same place, here in a little-known riding paradise of Cranbourne Chase in England, with, as you can see, fantastic views. Alex will ride east along the Ridgeline gravel track. I, however, head in a different direction onto tarmac, dropping south into the valley below before crossing back up and over. Both of us are aiming for the same point, a cosy, quintessentially English country pub. Alex, however, has to ride only 12 miles while I'm doing 19. Yes, that's 20 kilometres versus 30 kilometres. So which is going to be faster, a more direct off-road route or a longer, twistier road route? And what will happen if we flip it on the way home? I think we might uncover quite a lot about all-road and gravel.
God, I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
Your route is plain, simple and boring. You just go along roads and lanes, whereas my route, it's steeped in history. I'm going along the Shaftesbury Old Drovers Road. And that's what's used to transport livestock out of 800 of the last 900 years or so. It's going to be lovely.
Well, hang on a minute, mate. When you say livestock, you mean like cows, right?
Yeah, cows.
These are Britain's most dangerous animal. Rich, dancing on the pedals, and I am, well, I'm bricking it quite frankly. One of them actually mooed at me.
Good luck.
Oh,
I mean, no, seriously, just be careful, okay? All right, take care.
Careful. Well, I'll see you at the pub, won't I?
Well, hopefully, if you're lucky.
Ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, God, here we go. Oh, press start. My route starts off with quite a long, fast descent, so now would be a perfect time, I guess, to address question number one, which is an all-road bike fast? And the answer is yes, absolutely. Now, they don't tend to be out-and-out aero bikes, but their versatility doesn't come at a cost over a normal road bike. There's nothing on here that would make you slower, and in fact, on this one, we've even got a one-piece monocoque bar and stem with internal cables, which is going to save you a couple of watts if that's your bag. So, in performance terms, yeah, you might be giving away a tiny bit of pure speed to an out-and-out aero bike. Compared to a road bike, it's basically the same. And yeah, that's going to depend on exactly which all-road bike you choose, but by and large, I think that's the case. And that's good news as far as I'm concerned, because given that I'm going an extra 50% further than Alex. I'm going to need all the speed I can get.
So I'm doing 20 kilometers and Si's doing about 30. Now, it's going to be fairly close, but I feel confident enough that I think I've got this in the bag, because I know that on a good gravel ride I can average 20 to 24 kilometers an hour. Whereas Simon's route, I know he's going to be pressing on a little bit, whereas I know he can do maybe 30 to 34 kilometers an hour. So it's going to be close and it's going to be interesting to see how it goes. So I'd better get my head down and make our way to the pub. See you in a minute.
Well, I tell you what, that was the start we needed to eke out a little lead on Alex. Beginning you right at the top of the hill means you will get exceedingly cold, but you will also start with a very fast average speed. But now the road is flat, I've actually got to do some proper pedaling, but we are still tripping along quite nicely. 34k an hour. I'm feeling mildly confident. My competitive instinct has kicked in. We got this. Team all road, team all road.
What on earth is this? Now, when I asked Si the other day about whether the route was going to be muddy or gravelly, he did assure me it was mostly gravel. So I'll skirt my way round the edge and hopefully avoid the worst of it. Oh, here we go, lovely. Right, oh dear. Onwards and pubwards, I suppose we should say.
I am on the climb of the day. So this is to get back up to the ridge that Alex has been bimbling along the top of. And in fact, actually at the summit, we will bisect Alex's route. So there's a small chance that we'll catch him up there. Anyway, whilst we're climbing, I'm just going to quickly touch back on performance, because one of the characteristics of an all-road bike is that it's built to withstand a little bit more punishment than a super lightweight road bike. And so in this case, Wilier have added about 70 grams of material to this one in comparison to their Filante super fast road bike. And 70 grams, I mean, yeah, if you're going to race the Tour de France, that's important, but really in performance terms, it's a fraction of nothing. And so it does beg the question, doesn't it, about what actually is different about an all-road bike compared to a road bike. And I do think principally it comes down to tyre clearance. So back when all-road bikes were sort of first introduced, a 28mm tyre was wide, and that's what these could accommodate. And then with the advent of disc brakes, that's gone up and up. Industry standard, maybe, if there is such a thing, it's probably about 35mm wide. This one, of course, you can go bigger, because you can fit those gravel tyres on as well. But it's got to be said, this comes with 32s, and on the right rim, there's not much of an aerodynamic penalty to them over a traditional narrower tyre. With a bit less pressure in, you're actually going to be rolling faster in most situations anyway. And you've got that added confidence where if you do venture off-road, or for most of us probably, thrashing around on normal but slightly crap roads. Now I appreciate some of you are probably going to be sitting there thinking, well, the point of an all-road bike is not necessarily to go fast. And you've got to forgive me, it's a habit of a lifetime, but also you can interchange fast with efficient, of course. So although we're talking about speed, if you don't want to go super fast, it does make going whatever speed you choose to go at that bit easier, so you can go further if that's your bag.
Have you met my friend Simon? He's a big fan of livestock. There's no denying it, riding off-road is slower, isn't it? But that's not really a bike thing. It's to do with
the different tyres that we've got on our bikes, and it's mostly down to the difference in surface. We've got a bit of gravel, we've got rocks, and even a little bit of mud today, all of which contributes to a slightly slower ride. And if we meet much mud on this ride, well, it could be over for me in terms of beating Si.
Now I think that is on Alex's route. No sign of him, or sound of him, which you'd know if Alex was on his way. Looks nice though, doesn't it? Right, actually, to be fair, not half as nice as mine. No!
No way! How the hell have we seen you? We're going that way.
Right, I'm going for it.
Right, see ya.
Right, we gotta get a move on.
Oh, crikey, what are the absolute chances of bumping into Si on his road ride? I still can't believe that, but where does that leave us really in this instance? Because we are both riding the exact same frame set, so today's race is going to be fairly close, and no doubt Si has already been talking about the minimal differences between an all-road bike and a traditional road bike. So where does that leave me and this gravel bike build? Not far behind, that's where. Sure, not all gravel bikes are created equal. There are some which are like mountain bikes with drop handlebars, and there are some that are at the fast riding and fast feeling end. And when it comes to larger volume tyres, well, they just give us the ability to ride on surfaces like this in relative comfort and control.
That's making me nervous now, because I know that I've got one more climb to go, and he's just going to poodle along the top there.
I've got to say, this route is awesome. I mean, sure, we're riding across what appears to be a freshly ploughed field at the moment, but some of the gravel paths and the terrain that we've been riding on has been really good fun. Sure, there's been a few muddy patches, to say the least, which you can see on my bike. And certainly if it had rained in the last week, there would have been sections that I maybe would have been swimming through. So far, my average speed is just over 20 kilometers an hour, and I'm not really sure where that puts me, behind or in front of Si. Anyway, 4K to go. Oh, let's keep going.
Right, we are honing into the pub now, just a few Ks away, a lot of which is down some quite fast and quite tricky descents. And you know what? That's where an all-road bike can come into its own. Because the handling is typically a little bit less razor sharp, a bit less nervous in the wrong hands than a standard traditional road bike, it actually means that you can go faster on descents like this, because the descents don't feel as fast, because the bike is more confident.
Right, we've got 800 meters left to go. We currently feel quite smug because I think we've made good progress.
Look out for that telltale olive green gravel bike. There is no olive green gravel bike.
Oh no! I think they're going to be there. It's going to be close. Oh, goodness me. Oh no!
Here he is.
Si has beaten me.
Here he is.
Oh, God. Oh no.
Oh, hello, mate.
I can't believe you beat me here. How is that possible?
Well, I don't know, Alex, but I mean, I've got you a coffee, but it's now an iced coffee.
Oh, well, I guess it's the thought that counts, isn't it? Thanks.
You really were slow.
Well, we've been taking the scenery in. You know, it's nice, enjoying the gravel, enjoying where we're riding past, nature.
Whatever, mate. That's a nice spirit.
It's been quite muddy though. Yeah, a little bit mud.
Really?
Yeah, British gravel. Oh, I tell you what, that was blooming lovely.
That was good, wasn't it?
It's what we need more of in races: mid-race lunch and pub stops.
Like a half-time interval. I know, I like that. Right.
Do you have your route loaded?
I do. Well, I've got your route loaded.
Well, I better load your route up.
In all seriousness, mate, I'm obviously riding 32mm slick road tyres here.
Yeah.
You've got a bit of mud on.
Yes.
Is it, I mean, it is a gravel ride, right? That was just you, what, free riding?
Well, yeah, it is a gravel ride, but we are doing British gravel, which if you're not living in Britain or familiar with it, involves a little bit more mud than what many people will be familiar with. So you're going to be up against it on a few sections, but I'm sure you'll be all right. You're an experienced rider.
Those tyres are not going to be as fast as these ones. So you're going to have to press on a bit, my friend.
I am certainly going to have to press on a bit. Hopefully a lot of this mud will come off on the way back. Should we have a countdown?
3, 2, 1, go. Oh no, I'm in a massive gear. Oh. Properly looking forward to this, actually. I'm ever so slightly nervous, given how muddy Alex's bike is, as to whether or not I'm going to be off and pushing for some sections. Now then, unless you've got somewhere to be in a hurry, riding larger volume and knobbly tyres on the road isn't really a big deal. Sure, it'll slow you down maybe a couple of kilometres an hour or so, but that's nothing between friends when you're out riding and having fun. That is, unless you're trying to race those friends, in which case the larger volume and knobbly gravel tyres and a gear range more suited to gravel bikes will slow you down a little bit, which, well, it's maybe not the ideal situation, shall we say.
Whoa. I tell you what, that is some good riding. I think we often me particularly, get really hung up about the idea of having the perfect bike for a certain type of ride, but actually, it's got to be said, sometimes having the wrong bike for a certain type of ride is more fun. It kind of makes the riding more engaging, a bit harder if you like. And so taking a road bike, even an all-road bike, down stuff like this, it just adds like an even more kind of illicit thrill. Like, it's just great. And maybe I won't be going as fast as I would be on a gravel bike. As long as you're not breaking your bike, then it's fine, isn't it? And I guess that's where having a more robust frame and pair of wheels comes in.
So far on the second leg or second stage of our race, I feel like I'm making good progress. And there certainly is that feeling of speed from the change of surface. But what is very apparent to me is that whilst the large volume tyres at the lower pressure are great for improving comfort when riding off-road, they are feeling a little bit squirmy on the road, which is not a problem, but it's maybe making me work that little bit harder, knowing that I need to press on in order to hopefully beat Si, because he thinks that he was sat there at the pub feeling all smug. I think he's going to be in for a shock when he finds some of those muddy patches. Oh, I can't wait to see his face. Dun, dun, dun. Oh. I just really don't want to stop and get my road shoes covered in crap. Oh yes, the all-road bike is invincible! Right, I'm into the final kilometre or so now of this route on the way back, the roadside, and I feel quite confident. It feels like we made good progress, and hopefully I'll be first back to the car park, our starting point. And I'm genuinely really looking forward to hearing how Si found the gravel route on the way back. I can't see him. Oh, I think we've done it. Oh, I can't see him anywhere. There's not a smug Simon Richardson anywhere in sight.
This has gone by so fast. I'm pretty confident I've just made it 2 from 2. But hang on a minute, I can see the car park. No. No.
This is what victory looks like.
No!
Where have you been? We've been here for hours.
God, how long have you been here for?
I'd love to say we've been here for about 20 minutes, but I'm an awful liar. So about a minute and a half. I was just telling everyone how you were probably going to be moaning when you were waiting for me at the pub, and how I was going to rise above it and just be cheerful that I was here.
Were you cheerful for a minute and a half?
Yeah, I was cheerful for a minute and a half, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, how good is that trail?
Yeah, I was waiting to see how muddy you are, but you've avoided the worst of it.
Yeah.
Good work.
Well, how good is that? Alex, what a ride. Put it there, mate.
Oh, thanks very much, lovely.
And what was even cooler is that we didn't actually have to ride together. I only had to put up with you for the cafe stop.
What a treat, eh?
Yeah.
But the important thing is, how was your time overall?
Well, I think the important thing was I was 20 minutes faster than you to the pub, and you were only 1 minute faster than me to the car. So I won stage 1, you won stage 2, but I win the overall.
No. Well. Because your elapsed time, that's what we're all talking about. I want to know the moving time. Because, you know, I was a little bit stop-start. We were making YouTube gold.
Yeah, no, I was going full gas. Go on, how long did it take you?
Okay, so my moving time, 2 hours, 9 minutes.
All right, well done, 2 hours 9, that's cool.
Come on, what did you get? Share.
2 hours 19. So,
that's incredible.
Yeah.
I guess that means I won.
I guess that means you did win.
Oh, I made up so much time on the way back on the road. It was fast on the road. Yeah?
Yeah, well, yeah. Oh well. I mean, to be fair, it isn't the point of this video. Let's rise above the competition and, you know, like I wasn't really racing.
We've both had fantastic times, haven't we? And we've highlighted that you can ride both bikes on both terrains.
Yeah, do you know what? I have been thinking quite a lot about this. And actually, like, when all-road bikes first became a thing, right, 15 years ago, like, road bikes were not as versatile as they are now. And so actually, an all-road bike has kind of strayed into gravel territory. It's like one seamless thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so really, as long as your all-road bike's got enough tyre clearance for some big fat tyres, then there's nothing to stop you venturing on to fast gravel. And equally, if you've got a gravel bike at the faster end of the spectrum, not one that, you know, you're gonna lug 49 kilos of stuff around the Atacama Desert on,
yeah,
then actually stick a pair of thinner road tyres on and away you go.
There you go. Well, we've said it before, your tyres are the most versatile tool you have.
Absolutely. And no matter what bike you ride on, when you ride in amazing places, it is cool, isn't it?
I mean, the sun's even made an appearance for this afternoon.
That is the cheesiest way I think we've ended a GCN video in recent times. But there you go, what can you say? If you've enjoyed it, please give it a big thumbs up. And thank you very much to Wilier as well for loaning us 2 of their new Raves. It's been a party.
It has been a party. Why not let us know what you thought of our efforts in the comments section down below, and well, I guess we'll see each other next time.
Yeah. Did you get my joke there? A rave party?
I didn't, but it's fantastic.
Hopefully some of you got that.